Hey, 10 Stanley Cups? Is that the floor here? 2,800 points? I guess we're gonna have to wait a few decades to see, but things have just gotten even better for the Montreal Canadiens and one young D-man who is likely on his way to winning the Calder Trophy this season. Today we're talking about Lane Hutson, and some really insightful comments made by an NHL GOAT. No, unfortunately, we're not talking about some comments made by Wayne Gretzky or LeBron or anybody else like that. No, we're not talking about those GOATs. We're talking about pretty much the greatest of all time NHL head coach, Scotty Bowman. Because there was a very particular interview done with Bowman at 91 years old here that I wanted to go out there and read on this YouTube channel. Let's go out there and head over to this article by Mark Off Foy. And I think that's a mistranslation because this article is in French and I translated it to English via the Google machine. Mark de Foy, not Mark of Foy. Okay. It's an article talking about Lane Hutson and how Scotty Bowman says he has this gift. Hutson has amassed a legion of fans in his first full season in the NHL, and Scotty Bowman is one of them. He lets out an admiring "oh" when I ask him for his impressions of the young Habs D-man. I'll leave a link in the description of this article if you want to read it yourself or take any of these quotes, but this is what Scotty Bowman has to say about Lane Hutson. He is a special player. His skills make him a dynamic player. He knows how to use his talent. That's what makes him a different player. He has a great sense of the game and anticipation. Wayne Gretzky was like that. Guy Lafleur too. These players knew how to play. They are their own coaches. They sometimes make mistakes, but they compensate by making plays like few players are capable of making. Yeah, okay. Scotty Bowman just compared Lane Hutson to Wayne Gretzky and Guy Lafleur. And we're not going to come to any conclusions about that. So, are we getting disappointed if Lane only gets 1,600 points versus the 2,800 like Wayne did? Are we getting disappointed if he only gets 4 Stanley Cups with the Montreal Canadiens? Well, let's continue here. Mario Lemieux, whom Bowman had the chance to manage just like Lafleur, also fell into this category. Bowman has seen players of this caliber come and go. Some 40 players he coached during his 30-year NHL career in the Hall of Fame. They weren't all artists like Gretzky, Lafleur, and Lemieux. When one of them comes through, it gets noticed, though. And because of all these comments, I'm kind of trying to spark my memory here. I remember, what was the thing that they were talking about when Connor McDavid was drafted in 2015? The list of generational Canadian talents, or just generational talents if you don't want to include Jágr and Ovechkin. It was Guy Lafleur, it was Gretzky, it was Lemieux, it was Lindros, it was Crosby, it's McDavid. I think Gordie Howe and Bobby Orr are in there, but yeah, no, it's different because of the draft. I guess you could say the same thing about Wayne. Wasn't technically drafted into the NHL, but yeah, I know Lane Hutson's not Canadian, it's just kind of what I'm thinking about. Yeah, all these guys that are being tossed around in this Lane Hutson article happen to be of that same caliber. And it just kind of gets a little bit more nutty when you continue to read on. Hutson was 8 years old when Scotty Bowman first saw him skating on one of the 2 rinks at the American Heartland Ice Arena complex in Lincolnwood, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. Bowman was there to observe his son Bob's grandson. So, yeah, Scotty Bowman, great-grandfather here, going out there and checking out his great-grandson. Little Hutson, whose father, originally from Manitoba, managed a complex, he and his wife now own another complex, was twirling on another rink. He skated and skated without stopping. He was energized like the pink bunny in that famous TV ad. Bowman says, Yvon Cormier was an explosive skater. He had the power to take flight in no time. Lane Hutson can also shift gears with ease. He has that knack. Sometimes you see him stop, and then all of a sudden he's off. What's more, he's a great passer. Former Canadiens D-man Doug Harvey also had this ability to slow down and speed up the game. He is not the type of player you find on every street corner. So, yeah, we're just gonna leave this article the way it is. Not fully rip it apart. We're not gonna do that. I don't want to disrespect the words of Scotty Bowman of all people. But Yvon Cornier, Doug Harvey, Gretzky, Lemieux, Lafleur, just a bunch of names that are tossed in the same article as Lane Hutson. And now I'm starting to think, yay, this might be why some Canadiens fans can be seen as annoying. I'm not saying that Scotty Bowman is the biggest Habs homer out there, but when you take a look at these quotes and you have the article published and it's posted on the internet the way it is, it's like, yeah, we are seriously talking about Lane Hutson in the same conversation as some of the best hockey players to have ever existed in the history of the sport. While Lane Hutson may not ever score 2,800 points, while he may not even win 3 or 4, let alone 10 Stanley Cups like Cornier did, while it's true that Hutson is going to have a hard time winning Norrises upon Stanley Cups and everything because of just how talented the NHL is today, there is no denying the talent here. And whether or not that means you could validly compare him to names like Doug Harvey and the explosiveness in his game to guys like Yvon Cornier, or the game-breaking qualities to his game like Lafleur or Gretzky. Just because it's not fair to say that he is those players, the fact that we can even label some of these qualities being present in Lane Hutson's modern NHL game style is incredible. And it's not just some random bum like me on the internet going out there and doing that. It's the folks who converse with Scotty Bowman who spoke about this same topic. So with that in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is a bizarre question, but I know that there are some people who watch this YouTube channel who happen to be in the older demographic. I was born in the year 2000, so I'm definitely not in this category. I didn't see Yvon Cornier play. I didn't see Lafleur. I didn't see Lemieux and Gretzky and Doug Harvey. I didn't see any of these guys. I was too young. Okay, Lemieux, kind of towards the end there. But still, I didn't watch hockey when he was still kicking around with the Penguins. What qualities of those players' games do you see in Lane Hutson, if any? Is it true what Scotty Bowman is talking about here? The explosiveness, the decision-making, the impact on the game, all of these things can be seen as really, really strong qualities of Hutson's game. But is it to the same magnitude of some of the players that literally defined or rewrote the NHL history books? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about these Scotty Bowman comments, the greatest coach of all time, speaking out about Lane Hutson in this way. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.